Hello everyone, welcome back to Boosted Budget Builds, and as always I'm Grizz. Today we're going to be working on the Del Sol project again, and we're going to be removing all the wheels, and then we're going to be taking a look at the front suspension first, and kind of assessing it, seeing how functional they are. As I said before in past videos, the car has sat for like the last, well over 10 years. It's been in storage. So I want to make sure everything is still in good shape. We're going to be replacing a lot of the suspension components. It actually has really good struts and springs on it. At the beginning, in one of my videos, I think I was saying, they were really old, and they are really old. But they look like they're in pretty good shape. They're Tokyo's. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but they're Tokyo blue struts all the way around, and they also have matching Tokyo lowering springs. The red. I can't even find them anymore for sale, but the car sits really good on the 17s. Ideally, I'd like to get some 16s, like 16 by 7s. Right now, it's on 17 by 7s, so I can fit a little bit bigger sidewall for more grip. But until then, I mean, they look really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut here, and next time you see me, we'll have the wheels off, and then we'll be inspecting the suspension components. Hey guys, I got all the wheels off, and I was going to show some video of the suspension before I start messing with it, and also I wanted to show you the brakes, the calipers and everything that I did. Whenever I got this car, all 4 brake calipers were all locked up. I had to clean them all up, basically rebuild them, and then I painted them nice. The brake pads that were on them were in good shape. Like, they didn't have a lot of miles on them or nothing, but they're old, so I'm going to be getting all new hardware and brake pads all the way around it, just because of their age. But I wanted to go ahead and show you that. In case it's not coming up very well, I painted them gold. The theme on this car is going to be blue and gold. Kind of robbing that off the Subarus. I actually have a Subaru Legacy GT that's got the 2.5 turbo in it, and I've always really liked the Subaru blue and gold, like the STIs. So that's kind of how I'm going to go with this. Oh, sorry. Let me get you a better view. But as you can see, I think they look pretty good for a rattle can job. It already has stainless steel brake lines. But anyway, that's enough of the brakes on this side. Here is some of the suspension parts. It actually looks like the mounting hardware for the upper control arm is new. They're nice and shiny. The upper control arm itself looks to be okay. No damage that I can see. It's just really nasty. Although, we do have a problem with that ball joint. The boot's all torn to shit. Like I said, I haven't drove the car other than just pull it in the garage. So I couldn't tell you if the ball joint's bad, but obviously the boot's ripped. I'm going to get it replaced anyway. I'm thinking about doing a camber upper control arm anyway. So I might be replacing the whole assembly on that. If we look down at the struts, like I said, it is the Tokyo blue shocks. And this one's really bad. Oh my goodness. If you guys can see that, the powder coating is just flaking off. But from what I understand, these are, you can probably see some right there. Yeah, I mean they're the Tokyo springs. From what I've researched, I mean they're really good springs. If any of you guys have any information on them, please let me know. You know, your thoughts about how good they are, if they're trash, if they're decent. Because I mean, if they're good, I'm probably going to clean them all up and then just paint them back a gold. And then, like I said, the struts, they seem to be in pretty good shape. At least this one. I haven't seen any of them leaking. So I might just keep the whole assembly and just clean them up and paint them. But anyway, as you guys can probably see, I do have a torn axle boot. And I have another boot to put on it. I'm probably just going to clean it up, put fresh grease in it, and put a new boot on it if there is an excessive play. I'll find that out here soon. Tie rod ends, I mean, they look okay. I haven't seen any excessive play on them. And then the lower ball joint seems to be okay as well. Sorry, make sure you guys can see that. The sway arm, it needs new bushings. I'm probably going to end up getting a full urethane bushing kit to replace the bushings on everything on the car. So that'll be an upcoming video. But anyway, so here is the passenger side. I'm going to go ahead and pause this and get some lighting over on the driver's side, and we'll go through that one. Alright guys, we are now on the driver's side. Sorry. Again, there's the brakes I did. I mean, I think, you know, let me know what you think. You know, do they look good? Do they look bad? You know, I didn't clear coat them or nothing. It's just Rust-Oleum primer. I did use a primer, and then I used the paint. They're scuffed up a little bit. They were kind of a pain in the ass to get back on. The stainless steel brake lines are pretty stiff. But anyway, there is the Tokyo Blue shocks. And this you might be able to get a better... Let me get up in here a little better. Well, I was trying to get it to clean up. Anyway, it says Tokyo 5049F. If I read that right. But anyway, we've got the upper ball joint looks pretty good. The mounting brackets for the top of the upper control arm, I don't know. I mean, they look kind of cruddy. They got some new bolts on them though, so I don't know if maybe, I don't know. I'll find out whenever I take them apart. You got tie rod here. Yeah, it needs replaced. It looks like it's kind of blown and squished out. This axle, as you can see, is fine. Again, with the sway bar, it needs new end links. Obviously, they're kind of trashed. Lower ball joint, I haven't really got really low underneath to see it, but I think it's all right. But all these are going to get replaced anyway. I don't want to keep, you know, old parts on here. So I'll pause it and then we'll go to the rear. Okay, guys. Hopefully this is good enough lighting. As you can see here, again, the Tokyo Blue with the red spring set. Here's the brakes that I did on this. They were painted blue before the previous owner did, so that's why you kind of see some blue on the slider rubbers there. But all that's getting replaced. Like I said, I'm getting all new hardware and pads all the way around it. Now you guys can see the rust. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. Isn't that fucking crazy? And I'll do another video of all the bodywork that needs to be done on this car, but that's crazy. I mean, these bushings, they don't look too bad, but like I said, I'm going to get urethane bushings to go all the way around it anyway. Oh, sorry guys. these aren't too bad either. Although I do want to get a camber kit, so that's going to get an adjustable camber kit on it. They're not too much. See how low I can get underneath here to show you guys. I mean, they don't look too bad. There's kind of an underneath the car shot. There's the whacked out exhaust I got to get replaced. But there's that. Alright, we'll go to the passenger side rear. Okay guys, we're on the passenger side rear. As you can see, same Tokyo blue shocks, or struts with the red springs. Here's a picture of the brake caliper. It's really good. Looks like the nipple's a little wet. I wonder if I need to replace that nipple. Anyway, as you can see, I mean, all this stuff needs some help. It's all going to get fixed, replaced. Like I said, urethane bushings. Wow. Can you guys see that back there? Hold on. See that orange back in that bushing? I wonder if maybe that used to be urethane bushings and it's cracked. I'll have to find out whenever I take it apart. But anyway, there's the suspension. Like I said, it's got stainless steel brake lines all the way around. All the calipers are in great condition. They were rebuilt. So I'm going to get removing some of the front, and I'll get back to you whenever I get to a stopping point. Alright guys, welcome back. We are on the passenger side front. We're going to be disassembling some of the suspension components to check them out, clean them, paint them, you know, make sure they're in good condition and they're working right. The first thing we're going to work on is getting the strut and spring out. And after we get that done, we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and let this video run so you can see what all I'm doing. I'll try to explain it as I go. And I'm sure I'll fast forward it so that way the video isn't so long. But anyway, I'm going to get at it. I'm going to start by taking the cotter pin out of the upper ball joint. And guys, cotter pins are stupid cheap. You know, don't take and risk your life or someone else's life or even your car. I mean, you know, reusing the old cotter pin, because I mean, it's going to get all messed up whenever you take it out. I mean, you guys can see that. Hopefully it'll pick it up. But I mean, it's all janky. So yeah, don't reuse these. I'm going to use a 14 millimeter 3/8 with a breaker bar to remove, well, to loosen the bolt on the bottom fork that actually squeezes the shock into it. I'm going to break that loose. Alright, that's broke loose. I am then going to use a 17 millimeter, same breaker bar, same size, to break loose the bottom fork bolt. Alright, that's broke loose. I'm now going to switch over to my ratchet. On the 17. Okay. Yeah, the other screw is turning. Nuts off. I'm going to switch over to the 14 millimeter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull the bottom fork bolt out the rest of the way.
Easiest way is just to thread it out, guys. You try pulling on it or hammering the pin out, you can mess up the threads. Just thread it out until it comes out. There's that. I'm going to go ahead and thread the nut that goes on the other side. So you can see, it's a good idea to thread that so that way you don't get them lost. Looks like this has been done recently. I don't know if you can see my finger. Anti-seize. So whoever did that, you know, good job, smart. Alright, so we got that loose. Now we're going to be loosening up the upper ball joint. Wow, that was really, really loose. Almost worries me a little bit. Alright, now there's different ways of doing this, but I'm going to try to see if I can't do it the fast, easy way. Hey, what do you know, guys? Oh, crap. Oh yeah, you've seen it. I think, right? No, you didn't. Okay. Let me see if I can replicate it. Alright, basically the easy way to get upper ball joints, or, well, most ball joints that is, take you BFH, and you're going to want to hit the knuckle. See where I'm hitting at? Don't hit the control arm. Hit the knuckle, and you shouldn't have to hit it really hard. I mean, I just kind of tapped it and it come right out. So that's always good. So now we got this out of the way. Next thing we got to do is loosen up the two bolts up top. Let me move you up here and I'll show you the bolts. And then we'll drop the whole control arm and get that out of the way. These are the bolts. Make sure you can see them. They're the gold ones right here. Should be 17s. No, they're 19s. Okay. I thought they were 17s normally, but I could be wrong. So, but anyway, I'm going to get those popped off, and then we'll be back down there. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that. I think you could. Anyway, that comes off there. It's going to be held in, you know, behind on here from the strut. But once we disconnect the strut, the strut will come off, and we'll be good. So, crap! I should have showed you those bolts while I was at it. All right, this bolt here and this bolt here is what holds the struts on. Don't touch this bolt. This is the oh fuck bolt. You touch that, it's going to release a spring and you're going to hurt somebody or kill somebody. Alright? These, the two side ones. I'm going to get those down and then we'll be right back. Oh, and just FYI, they're 14 millimeter. There it is. A little bit of... Oh. I did forget one thing. Crap. I'm going to have to loosen it up. On a lot of aftermarket struts, they don't really have a bolt here or a nut that holds the brake line on. This one does, so I'm going to have to break that loose and take that off, and then we'll get everything sliding out. It's a 12 millimeter on mine, just in case you're curious. This is why you make sure that bolt is off before you take all the rest of the shit off. Makes your life a lot easier, but I didn't even notice it. There we go. I'll tell you one thing, guys. Swivel head ratchets, they make your life so much easier. I'm a big fan of Harbor Freight. For people who know me, I mean, they sell a lot of stuff. Not everything is good. Let me see if I can. But their hand tools, for the majority, are actually quite good. So, but as you can see, if I didn't have the swivel head socket, or I'm sorry, swivel head ratchet, this would be a lot bigger of a pain in the ass to get to. It's a pain in the ass as it is. But could you imagine trying to do this with a straight socket, or a straight ratchet, I mean? There we go. All right. Now, trick I like to do, no matter what, if I can get the damn screw out of here. There we go. Is I always, anytime I got, little screws like this, I always put them back where they go. That way, you never lose them. Because I'm horrible at misplacing stuff. There you go. I mean, don't have to be very far, very tight, but just a little bit. Alright, now then. Push that first. Sorry, guys. There it goes. Whew. All right. There we go. Whew. A bit of a pain in the butt. But there we go. As you guys can see, upper control arm. Now, this ball joint looks like it's pretty good. The rubber's just torn. But like I said, it'll probably get replaced anyway. So, upper ball joint's done. Or upper control arm. And then here, there's a better look at the strut. I mean, it seems to be okay. I'll have to clean it up some more, but I don't see any leakage, oil leakage on it. Gonna have to clean up the fork and everything too. Probably paint that black. But also, now that I got that off, hopefully you guys can see. It looks like there are urethane bushings in the lower control arm. So I'll have to check that out and see what kind of condition they're in. Sorry. But that is how you get your strut out, your upper control arm out. Everything is 14 and 17 millimeter. Mine was weird. The upper control arm bolts that are by the shock tower, they were 19 millimeter, which I always thought they were 17. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've done this. But the actual strut bolts, they're 14 millimeter. The bolts that go on the fork for the strut, they're 17. Both sides are 17. The castle nut that goes for the upper ball joint, it is 14. Yeah, and then I had this connector right here that connected from the brake line. It was a 12, but most of the other bolts on the knuckle is a 12, or are 10s and 12s, 14s and 17s. As long as you got those, you should be all right. So we got this out. I'm going to go ahead and pause it from here, and we'll go get the other side. All right, guys, we're on the other side. I'm going to start by getting the cotter pin out here. These can definitely be a pain in the ass. And like always, don't reuse them. They're stupid cheap. I mean, you know, maybe 50 cents, if that. Oh, great. I just broke the head off of it. That's alright. Maybe it'll come out easier. There it is. Yep. Alright. Get started. First things first, I'm going to take the brake line bolt off before I forget it. Jump over to the 17 and the 17 wrench. Put that there. And take off the bottom fork bolt. Alright, I'm going to leave the bolt in there a little bit and switch to the 14 millimeter. That folds out. Here's the nut. I don't know if you guys can see it here. There you go. The nut that went on it. I always put them back together so you don't lose them. Little trick my grandpa taught me a long time ago. Alright, now I'm going to take this castle nut off. I just took that off, 19. You'll get to see where to hit on this side. Right here. So you can see. See it pop out, and then you just tap that up. That's how it comes out. You don't gotta hit it hard. It's the vibration of the impact, not the weight of you slamming it. Alright, now I'm going to take off the top bolts just like I did before. Alright guys, I got the upper bolts. This is loose. The shock or strut is loose. There it is. See, when you do stuff the right way, it comes out a lot faster. Excuse me. These look like they're in pretty good shape. I might just get some bushings instead of replacing all this. I don't know. It's just so cheap. You can get these parts here so cheap on eBay, the whole set. I mean, hell, you can get a whole new adjustable lower control arm really cheap. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to go through it. But anyway, that's off. Get the strut. Oh, well, this strut came right off the fork, as you can see. But, yeah, here's the strut. Now, in order to take these apart, you got to have a strut or a spring compressor tool. This isn't like a coilover where you can just take it apart. You have to compress the spring until the cap gets loose. Once the cap's completely loose, you're fine. So, but anyway, that's the tutorial on how to remove your upper control arms and your struts and springs. Here's the lower fork. From this point here, you know, if you wanted to get the lower control arm off, it's just a few more bolts. But I'll worry about that after I get these upper control arms and struts straightened out. I'm going to do the rears in another video because this one's getting a little long. But anyway, thanks for watching. This is Boosted Budget Builds. I'm Grizz as always, and we will catch you on the next one.